Let's do it.
It's so much easier when I get it on the first try.
I know. You don't get flustered.
No, I just sit back and relax.
And you don't sweat.
Enjoy the show.
You don't have to yell at John. John doesn't come in here
all huffy and puffy. He was huffy and puffy enough.
He was huffing and puffing enough.
Oh, hi everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Red Wine and Chaos.
To another episode of our lives. What was that soap opera I used to watch all the time? As the World. No, I didn't watch As the World. Days
of Our Lives.
The Days of Our Lives. So is the chaos. Did I blow the speaker?
No. Oh, no, you're good.
Sounded like it for a minute.
I know. What was that? There was another
Passions.
Maybe.
It's the one that followed Days of Our Lives.
No, there was another one. There was another soap opera that I watched. It wasn't on for long. I can't remember.
And me and Nicole used to watch the fuck out of both of those.
I did too, but those weren't the ones that I was thinking of.
Oh, man.
What ones were they? I don't know.
My grandma used to call them, "Don't bother me, I gotta watch my programs." I gotta
Always.
watch my programs.
Always.
That's what, is that what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, programs. Okay, Grandma.
All right.
Well, you stuck on that nasty ass sugar-free candy. She's diabetic. She had the worst candy. Me and my brothers were talking about that when we were together a couple weekends ago.
I had at my baby shower, because I had the beatus when I was pregnant. My mom, bless her heart, she did like a candy table, but she did one smaller candy table that was all sugar-free candy, just so that I could fill my own bag. And
was it gross?
I mean, it wasn't awful.
I would say that
there were some that weren't awful,
and it's come a long way.
Yeah.
But if you think about when we were kids, like, she always had the colored hard candies, the discs, that tasted somewhat like cold medicine. You know, like like cold, like cough syrup or whatever.
Yeah.
It was so funny because I thought it was just me. Me and Nicole, we used to sit there and she would doze off watching her programs, and we used to chuck those candies at her. We used to hide them.
Such assholes.
And so I thought it was only me that remembered nasty ass candies. And my brother and I got somehow talking about. My brother brought up how great Grandma and Grandpa Mac were, and he was like, they were just such good people. And my brother was like, yeah, except Grandma's nasty sugar-free candies. And I was like, oh man, I thought it was just me. Oh yeah, it's come a long way though. Oh, Grandma, I hope you're good, Grandma.
I bet Grandma's good.
She's
watching her programs.
She's watching her programs.
Probably eating sugar.
That was like, if there was one thing that I wish more than anything is if my grandma could have just been alive long enough to meet LeVar.
Yeah.
God, she would have loved him.
Yeah.
She just would have loved all over him. She loved all her grandkids and great-grandkids, and she just wouldn't have been able to get enough of him.
Yeah, I will say I'm very thankful that all of my grandparents were alive when Oliver was born, and even getting to a point where he can remember. Like, my grandma Gama died when I was like 2 when she died. So while I count her as a grandparent, I didn't know her. But I knew all my others, all 5 of them. And he got to know all 5 of them too.
That's
and I
awesome.
think that's pretty cool.
It is very cool because I didn't meet any of my great-grandparents.
Yeah.
None. Because my parents were older.
Yeah.
When I was born.
Yeah. I think I met the grandpas maybe when I was like itty bitty. But as I was starting to get Oliver's age, I remember my 3 of my great grandmas. I remember 3 of them.
Yeah, I didn't get to meet
my Grandma Gomez is Nana's mom. I remember her. She used to always have Oreos at the condo or place that she lived. I think it was a condo. I don't know. She always had Oreos, and like she would sneak them to me, and it was awesome. And Grandma Kaiser was Papa's mom, and I remember her, and she was fun. And then Nanny, my dad's grandma, didn't speak any English.
It's awesome.
So Nanny and I just hung out.
Yeah, and
she didn't speak any English and I didn't speak any Spanish, but somehow we just like understood one another. So that's how I learned to understand Spanish, was from Nanny. But yes, she never spoke back to me in English, but she always answered correctly in Spanish.
Yeah.
It was I think she could understand English. I think she chose
not to. No, no,
not-
no habla inglés.
I'm not recognizing that.
We're, no, thank you.
We're done here.
Isn't it funny how you, whatever certain, for whatever reason, well, I can tell you why I have a crazy sweet tooth. I always remembered people by the different kinds of food they had or
Same.
memorable for.
Same.
I mean, food, you make that connection with people, but mine was like oftentimes sweets. So like my stepdad, I remember meeting him earlier than I should have. But anyways, when we would go over to his place, his apartment, he always had those old school strawberry candies
Oh yeah.
with the
like
chewy
jelly in
center.
the middle
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they looked like a strawberry in
Yeah.
the wrapper. I fucking loved those.
I did too.
Yeah, he had
People
those.
used to make fun of me all the time, but I
Loved those. He had those, and he had then on the opposite end of the spectrum, the nastiest candies on the face there.
Were they Necco wafers?
No, but
Oh.
those are pretty fucking gross. And you know what? Missy likes those. We walked through a candy store when we were in Dallas for a site visit.
Oh my god.
And she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get some of these." I'm like, "Those are like the worst candies on the face of the earth. Are you serious?"
They legit taste like eating fucking
Chalk.
sidewalk chalk.
Yeah,
Like if you cut discs out of Oliver's sidewalk chalk,
that's what it would. That's what you're
you would
eating.
never
You're
know if it
eating
was a Necco wafer sidewalk chalk.
Did you know they make a whole roll of chocolate ones of those?
Yep.
I just
Does that taste like eating the cocoa powder right out of the canister that I
can't-
bake with?
don't
Because
even know.
probably
It probably does.
barf.
No, so it wasn't. But those aren't equally as nasty. You ever had circus peanuts?
Disgusting. The big orange,
Yes.
those are so gross.
Those are the nastiest fucking thing.
They're
And
so
he had
gross.
the strawberries and the circus peanuts. Gross.
You know who I think likes the circus peanuts?
Brooklyn.
Yep.
Because she eats those other fucking things.
The boiled
The
peanuts.
boiled peanuts. Love you, you weirdo. Jesus. So we got completely off track today.
That's okay.
We're coming back.
Bring it
We're
back.
coming
We were
back.
talking about flavors of things. So
Yeah.
let's talk about this wine that
This
we
flavor
have
of wine.
today.
This Rebull Salse.
Ooh.
It's a Côtes de Bordeaux. It's a French wine. 2020.
2020.
Let's see. It's dark in here.
Sorry, you want me to turn on some light? I'm out.
I'm really struggling. Supple fruit charms of Merlot. Oh,
What?
that's what it says. Limited aromas of ripe black fruits, violets, and spice lead to an elegant palette of silky blackberry and plum with rounded tannins and pleasing... Oh, you brought out the Bible.
I did.
I forgot about that thing. Yeah, so I don't know if you recall... Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
last week's episode never went up.
I fucked up. You're gonna get a twofer this week.
It's my birthday week.
It's a
It's a
twofer for Laura's
present.
birthday. It was planned.
It's a present. I noticed that. I was
yeah.
like, huh.
Whoops. I noticed that yesterday and I was like, do I push it now? Nah, we're just gonna do a twofer.
Yeah. So, in two ways, on the episode that didn't get pushed, that's going to be maybe the
That
first
you'll
one
listen
that
to
you
first.
to,
Yeah.
potentially if you go in order. We had an amazing cab, which doesn't normally go that way because cab's not our fave.
Nope.
But it was divine. It was like a
It was
really
so
cab.
good.
Yeah. So I reached in the box today and was rifling through everything and decided I had a cab in my hand and said, what are the chances that we're going to get two really great cabs in a row? And we've been on a hot streak. We've had a lot of threes.
Yeah.
So I picked up this Côtes de Bordeaux and I wish I hadn't.
Well,
If I'm being honest. Maybe the cab would have been the better suited choice. Let me know what you think. Cause
I
I'm not-
don't hate it.
You don't. I don't hate it.
I actually kind of like it. When I took my first sip,
yeah.
I was like, "Oh, it's kind of juicy. Like it's kind of like a little juice like
No.
to me. You don't think so?
No, I taste no juices. I taste a lot of spice. It hit me straight in my nostrils. Just then.
No. I like it.
I don't.
I like it.
It doesn't happen often, but we don't agree, folks.
We don't agree. You're right. It doesn't happen often, does it?
No, but it's in my chest. It's spicy. You know I don't like the
It's
spice.
burning. It's burning.
Burning my cheeks. I'm going to have to chew some Tums when I leave here.
I was trying to find, I saw something about a Coates, like that.
Coates Doodle.
Mm-hmm. I saw something about a Coates the other day, and I thought it was in here, but maybe it wasn't.
Yeah. So it's not my fave, but Ashley likes it. What are you going to give it? I'm going to give it a 2.
I was probably going to go like 2.5.
Okay.
So we're not too far off, but
No.
I think your 2 is generous.
My
if
2
I'm
is
being honest.
It is generous for
Yeah.
me. I was going to say like 1.75. Never done that before, but
We've never done a 7. I think you should do it just
one-
for the sake that we've never done it.
I'm going to give it a 1.75
Yeah.
then, because a 1.5, like anything in the ones really isn't great. A 1.5, I'm like really kind of struggling. A 1, I'm going to dump it down the drain, basically. So a 1.75, yeah. 2 was being generous. I'll give it a 1.75. You're going to give it a 2.5?
Yeah. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's not dry.
How do you make the noise for a 1.75? You know, because like a 2 clink is clink clink.
Uh-huh.
A 1.5 is clink clink. So what's a
Clink, clink.
clink clink?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, okay.
Much better than mine. It
Okay.
sounded like I was choking.
You look like you're having a seizure. Oh,
I'm trying to
Lord.
do too many things at once.
Yeah, well, I think it's not in the book.
It's not in the book.
So,
Son of a whore.
yeah, I mean, I guess if you're looking for something, because I'm warm, like I'm instantly
Are
warm.
you?
Yes, this shit making me hot, sweating. Damn. If you want something a little spicy, get you a Coates de Bordeaux. That's not my fave. Where's that cab? I know we got another bottle of that down there.
We do. We should open that tonight.
So,
Anyway,
anyways, that's the wine for the day. Coming Thursday, we have a very exciting day ahead. It's my
we
birthday.
do. It'll be Lar's birthday.
Birthday, the big 3-8.
3-8 years young. We're celebrating with a white wine dinner.
The fuck came up with that?
But to be fair, I don't think either one of us looked at the wine. We just looked at the fact that it was a wine dinner
Yeah.
on your birthday.
Absolutely.
I did not look at the menu until last week when we were like, oh, maybe we should talk about the menu. And I was like, oh, fuck, it's all white.
It's all white. And then there's like not a lot of meat on the menu, which I'm
fine.
sure it's going to be delicious.
We'll stop at Taco Bell on the way home.
Grab a chili cheese burrito. But I am looking forward to it. Let me stop and be serious for a second. Anything like that, I do enjoy. I don't care if it's white wine or not, because
too.
I am all about truly appreciating good food, a dope experience, a good ambiance, and I don't hate white wine. Okay,
No.
just don't prefer it.
No. And I think that, you know, the one thing that we've said, maybe not enough, is that we didn't start liking red wine. Like, we didn't come out the gate and we're just like, oh, red wine is fantastic. We grew to love red wine because we found one that we liked and we stuck with it, and then we started branching.
Yeah.
And I don't think that we gave white wine its fair shot.
Not at all. Not at all.
No. We had a couple whites and we were like, that shit's garbage.
Poo-poo.
I'm not going back.
Yeah.
And we're both stubborn as hell.
Yeah.
And we didn't go back.
No. And I will say the things that I maybe complain about, like the warmth, is the thing that I love about red wine at the same time.
Right.
Because this is going to sound weird. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe this is a popular opinion. I get a different buzz off of white wine than I do red wine. With red wine, I get a very happy, warm, chill, nice head buzz. White wine, I don't catch a buzz like that. Like, it takes a lot for me to get there with it.
Yeah.
And it's probably because I don't enjoy the taste as much, so I don't drink it in abundance.
Yeah.
So, but I do feel like I haven't been fair if I'm truly going to be a wine connoisseur or a wine reviewer of the people. I feel like we do have to just do a little better job of doing white wine. A little. Not much.
Well, we're going to start on Thursday.
We're going to start on Thursday. I mean, we got a whole meal.
A whole meal, 4 whites,
4 whites.
4 courses.
more courses. But we get a drink before the meal.
Yeah, I'm going to have a red
I'm
one.
going to have a red. I'm going to have a red, and I might take it to the table.
I'm going to have a red, and then I'm going to order a second red.
Just in case.
Walk it to the table.
Yeah, because what if I don't like the white? I don't want to sit there empty-handed.
And I don't want to drink water at a
I'll
wine
tell you what
dinner.
I don't like. I don't like dry whites.
No, I don't either.
At all. So
one of my favorite memories of white wine is of John's grandma.
yeah, she's a Chardonnay gal, right?
She was. So John's grandma, Irwin, wonderful, wonderful woman. Loved her dearly, loved her deeply.
Mm-hmm.
She truly accepted me into the family very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they all did. You know, John's whole family did. But she just was like, I just felt this really great connection with Grandma Irwin. And every time I was over there, she was always drinking Chardonnay out of the box from the fridge with 2 ice cubes. Never any more, never any less. It was always 2 ice cubes.
Mm-hmm.
And she always had a glass of Chardonnay right next to her. But it was always, I didn't pick up on the fact that it was always later in the day, right? It was always like dinner-ish time when we went over there. So one time I stopped there. I took someone to this train station in Michigan City, and I stopped at her house in St. Joe on my way back. And I was sitting there, and like she had one of those, like a cuckoo clock, but it was, I think it was birds maybe. My Nana had one too. I might be mixing them up, but she did definitely have a clock that went off on a certain hour.
Mm-hmm.
Or every hour or something.
It's like my worst nightmare.
Yeah, it's
like
terrible. So it was like early. It was like 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Early for Grandma. She was in her 80s, you know.
Sure.
And the clock goes off, and she was like, "Ashley, it's wine time." Just like that. And I was like, "Okay, it's in the fridge. 2 ice cubes. Please pour yourself a glass." So I poured us 2 glasses of wine, and we sat down in the den, and we were just watching Lifetime movies.
Yeah.
She liked Lifetime movies.
No.
She had it on all day. Or she turned on Illinois basketball.
Oh.
Grandma loved watching college basketball.
Okay.
I think mostly just Illinois.
Huh.
That's
Okay.
I think that's where she went to college.
Got you. Makes sense.
But yeah, it was like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. That clock chimed, and wine time.
Wine time.
That's my favorite white wine memory.
Never a bad wine time.
Somebody,
never a bad time for wine.
Somebody, if you're a clockmaker, can you make me a clock that chimes every day at 5 o'clock?
And says wine time. When it does hit 5 o'clock, it literally just says wine time.
You can come in here. Hi.
Can you what? No. We'll get
There's
some.
bananas down there.
How about a banana? Okay. That's a great idea.
Yep, go have a banana, baby. Do you know where they're at? They're next to the fridge. So if you're looking at the fridge, they're on the counter to the left of the fridge. They're on a tier. You'll see them. Okay.
And drink some water. So, intro to the episode today.
Our buddy's back.
Yeah, my baby is home. Although it doesn't seem
He's
like
not a baby.
anymore. He's a full-blown teenager. At least what it feels like anyways.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like, or what it feels like. It's crazy. So he spends 6 weeks of his summer with his dad in Pennsylvania and his 3 brothers and 1 on the way. So they're going to have like a whole starting 5.
Oh, boy.
And they just are busy, always on the go. And his dad is a, health enthusiast, a nutritionist, all the things, right? Former college athlete, bodybuilder at one point. He's pretty much ran the gauntlet of health and fitness, right? Yep. And, LeVar genetically is built like his father, basically. Other than tall, his height would come more from my side. But even just like his dad was saying, even the way that fat deposits on his body is in all the same places that it does for him.
Yeah.
And so he's like a stocky kid, but he's tall as well. And so when he eats properly and he's super active, he's like tall and lanky.
Yeah.
And so that's what he looks like right now. He came back 20 pounds lighter, ready for football season, and super excited. But we had an interesting summer before he got home. You know, in the past, LeVar struggled with being away from home for an extended period of time. There were a few years that he didn't even go because he was still young, and he's used to being at home. You know, he's used to being at home with mom. And
well, and I think you tried to find that balance of, you know, if he's verbally saying he doesn't want to go,
right?
You know, we want him to be able to speak his truth and say what he needs.
Yeah, and so he kind of struggled with it.
But it's good for him to go as well. So how do you tread that line?
Exactly. Like, you don't want to coddle behavior that is kind of, while it's valid because your feelings are valid, you're not in a place of danger. You're in a place of love. But he was young, so we for like 2-3 years we came to the agreement like they would just come here in the summer,
or he would go for like a
shorter period of time. But he's older now, right? He's 11. He learned how to manage his emotions, so now he goes for the summer, and he has a great time while he's there. But LeVar being LeVar, I think he hits his limits, right? Yeah. He's used to being at home in a one-child household with mom. It's quiet. You have your own room. You know, it's not there's not constantly something going on, and it's much more chill and less active, and in his eyes and his words, much easier. So he ended up calling me.
Little buddy.
He ended up calling me like 4 weeks in. And I try not to call him often while he's there because I respect their time together. It's limited. And I thought out of sight, out of mind would be better for him. Come to find out, I don't know if that's necessarily the best route for him. I think he does need to talk more. But they were encouraging him. You know, his stepmom does a really great job of being able to read when he's off. You know, he's like his mom. He wears his heart on his sleeve and his emotions on his sleeve and his face. And she could tell that he wasn't, you know, he's down. Something was kind of down and out. And she encouraged him, hey, if you're feeling bad, you know, or something wrong,
let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. You talk to me about it. You talk to Dad about it. You call your mom, whatever it is, you know. And so I think LeVar attempted to do that, right? So he ended up calling me on his tablet one day randomly in the middle of the day. And his dad was at work and Carrie was busy. I think she was dropping Elias off at practice or something. And so he FaceTimed me on his tablet and attempted to tell me this story that was making him anxious and uneasy, that a conversation had happened between him and his grandma, my mom, stating that, you know, don't let your dad work you too hard, try to have fun, you know. And like, if anybody who's listening knows my mom, I'm sure my mom is listening because she listens to every episode. It's like, when I heard him say that, I said, which grandma? Like, who? Kathy? My grandma? My mom? Grandma? Yeah. I said, okay, that doesn't sound right, but I'll talk to her about that later.
Yeah.
So he went on with the story, and it was basically him trying to, I think, maneuver his way home early. Pretty sure that's what was happening.
Yeah. We talked about that. I think that you don't need my cosign, but I cosign.
Yeah. It's happened before.
Yeah.
When he was younger, much younger, he was struggling. He came home early. He expressed himself. We encouraged him to express himself, and that's what he did, and it worked, and he came home early. Well, again, nothing but love at his dad's house, but they push him hard. His dad pushes him hard, trains him hard physically, because LeVar says, I want to be this really great football player. That's what he says. That's what he tells us. I want to go to college and play football. I want to do this, this, and this. Okay, well, it's going to take some work. It's going to take some dedication. He trains the rest of his sons. They're all tremendously great athletes. LeVar is naturally gifted in terms of his physique, and if he wants it and he works for it, he can get it. Mm-hmm. He can fucking get it, because genetically he's going to be a freak of nature. So it's like, okay, you've got all the tools, you've got the parents to push you. I didn't have my parents to push me in sports because they didn't play sports.
Yeah.
They didn't know anything about basketball. My mom wasn't out there like, let's go shoot. My dad wasn't out there like, let's go shoot. I did it on my own. I pushed myself because they didn't know anything about sports.
Yeah.
And so they encouraged me to
Sure.
do my best and to work hard, but they weren't like, driving us, driving me, giving, encouraging me to go work out or do extra stuff to try to push myself to be great, right? I can't imagine, and this is no fault to them. Again, this is not me bashing them in any way, shape, or form. Nothing negative here, but what my ability may have looked like had I had parents that did know and did push. Now, you and I kind of talked about this too. It could go one of two ways. It could go great, where it's like, I really want this, or you could be like, I'm over it, I'm burnt out, I'm done. So we'll see how that transposes in the next however many years. But so he's got all the support, all the tools, all the things, right? So he calls me and tells me this. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. But his dad wasn't home. And I said, I'll check in with you later. It called me, and so I had a conversation with Carrie. Carrie and I are trying to put all the pieces together. It wasn't really adding up. I call my mom. My mom's like, I definitely didn't say that. And I'm like, I know you didn't. Because my mom believes in hard work.
Right.
She would have said the opposite of that. We need to work hard. Because there was a time when he wasn't doing right in school, and she had him pulling weeds outside for 2 hours in the blistering, heated sun in front of all the neighbor kids. And my brothers are like, geez, Mom, don't you think you're being a little hard on him? She's like, no. He doesn't do right in school. He's going to have to pay the consequences. She don't play this shit. So I knew that didn't sound right. And so there were a couple of reasons as to why that went the way that it did. But I think ultimately he just wanted to come home. So his dad gets home from work and talks to him later and talks to him the next day. And they call me the next day, FaceTime me together. First I talked to his dad, and his dad's like, he's so full of shit. That was a lie. I talked to this kid for like 2 hours, dug really deep, trying to figure out what's going on with him. And he said, bottom line, he doesn't want to get pushed. He doesn't want to work hard. That's all there is to it. He's uncomfortable. And he was like, yes, he does. He is a little anxious. And so when it started bothering him, instead of just expressing it, he came up with a fucking story.
And it snowballed.
Yeah. Yeah. So him and I talked through it, and we're like, motherfucker. So we bring LeVar in, and not knowing exactly what LeVar's going to say, he sit him down, and he's got the phone FaceTimed on him, and he says, you miss your mom. Yeah, I do. And he was like, well, buddy, if you miss your mom, well, let's call her. All you got to do is open your mouth. Your mom misses you too. Just like when you're not here, I miss you, and you miss us. And he was like, it's okay. You can miss mom and still have fun and have a good time here and enjoy yourself, and vice versa. And he was like, but if you need to talk to your mom, you can call your mom 18 times a day for all I care.
Which, before you continue on with the story, like, I think that's such an underrated lesson that even adults miss, is that like two things can coexist.
Yeah, this is not exclusive of this.
Correct. Yes. Two things can coexist at the same time, and it's okay, and it's beautiful, and it's wonderful, and you just have to be able to process that. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to understand, like, oh, I miss my mom, but I can't wait to go do this with my brothers.
Right. And how to effectively manage those emotions
Correct.
that you're feeling. Right. So that's the lesson in it for an 11-year-old, especially.
Yeah.
Shit. Me as an adult, I struggle with
absolutely
that completely to this day. So, we obviously talk about that, uncover that rock. And he said, and ultimately, LeVar, like at the end of the day, like you just don't, you don't want to be pushed to a level of discomfort. Like it's hard work here. And you don't want to do it anymore. And he was like, yeah, that's definitely a piece of this is little LeVar. No. Yeah, that's definitely a piece of it. Yeah, I don't have to work hard like that at my mom's house.
Wrong answer.
His dad pulls the phone over to his face, and I wish I should have screenshotted it. His eyes were as big as fucking baseballs, and he goes, and I went, bet. Bet. And I said, bro, congratulations, you just played yourself. I said, wait till you get home.
Wait till you fucking yourself get home. Right into that.
Yeah, you completely fucked yourself.
Yeah.
Like, and I said, I can't believe, and his dad goes, I can't believe you just said that either. I can't believe you just said that. He goes, I can't believe you just said that to your mom. And I was like, oh, okay, well, all right, I see where we're going here. So it truly was a wake-up call for me. And not because I feel like LeVar has a joyride in life with me, but I am
He definitely does not.
Yeah, no, but I am definitely not as structured as his dad is, and I'm not
it's just a different...
Yeah.
It's just in a different way. It just presents itself differently. You both are very structured and disciplined with him. It just presents
It
differently.
presents differently. And it's going to, because
Correct.
I'm not dad.
Correct.
And he's not mom.
Correct.
So, of course, mom is always more nurturing just by nature. We're women. That's what mothers do. It carried you, grew you.
Made you from scratch.
Yeah. And so it's like you have the innate connection that even when you want to be your toughest, there's part of you that's cracking and dying on the inside, and so dads are just better at that, but still at the same time can show the love and the support that they need. So, and his dad is like, Senior is like not your average guy.
No.
He's not an average guy. Like he
doesn't know what that word means.
No, he's above average in everything that he does. He strives for greatness. He's over the top. He is in your face. And these are all, trust me, I'm not bashing him at all. These are all really great qualities that I hope that LeVar, exudes when he gets older. A good mix of a good balance of everything. But he's a pusher, and so he wants his kids to be fucking amazing. And if his kid tells him, this is my goal, this is what I want to do, he's got all the tools and the know-how to go get it. Mm-hmm. And so that's what he's pushing him to do. And so I said, yeah, okay, well, guess what? Dad's going to give me all of your fucking workouts, and we're coming together on this. Like, it's taken us a while to get there, but we're 11 years in the game, and I think we figured out co-parenting. We still are human beings, and we still have our moments, but we do a pretty good goddamn job for the most part of being on the same team and on the same page. And I can tell you right now, we are locked the fuck in. Like, bro, you tried it. You tried to play me. You tried to play him. Then you lied on grandma. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? You didn't think I was going to say something to her? So anyways, definitely way more structured schedule at home now. Just especially when school starts, we're going to be busy. We're heading back into things, but it was an eye opener for me. And again, not like I wasn't like faulting myself, but like I can be more lax than I probably should be. And I realized that. And even instantaneously he's only been home since Sunday. And today's what, Wednesday? No, Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday. I could immediately tell. Like, this kid knows that it's different here. And so I checked myself today. And I said, FYI, today's when it starts. I gave you yesterday. And I talked to his dad this morning, and he was like, do you have any questions? He sent me workout information. We talked about nutrition, talked about all the things we're going to do. And he said, did he get a workout in yesterday? And I said, no. And he said, okay. And I said, I was, being a little lax because, and he said, okay, but, and I said, we went out to dinner, and he said, I don't care about that. Like, you still got to live life and have fun and enjoy yourself. He said, what did he do while you were working yesterday? And I was like, nothing. Watch TV. And he was like, could have got a workout in. And he's like, that's not on you though. That's my point. Like, that's what we're trying to push him to do, is to take some accountability if you want that greatness. But he's 11. That's still something you got to ingrain. And some kids got it in them. Yeah. The Eliases of the world got it in them. Yeah. The LeVar juniors of the world got to be pushed. He's a kid that has to be pushed.
Well, and, I wonder if you're trying to teach him his own accountability, because we do this with Oliver during the school year, mm-hmm. right? I'm a list person. Mm-hmm. And so we make this list, and it's like we put it up somewhere in his room or on the door or in the bathroom, or like, these are all the things you got to do today. Mm-hmm. Like, what if you put that on the door so when he wakes up?
We did that before, but we did that. That was a couple years ago, so he was younger.
So it's different, right? It's like once you establish this new routine at your house, okay, so now I'm not going to remind you. Yeah. We can make a list and we can put it up somewhere. Yeah. But that's going to be your only accountability from my end. Right. The rest is going to need to be on you, because this is what we're trying to teach you. So that way it's still there and it's still present, and they are reminders when he walks past the fridge, or when he walks into his room, or when he goes out the front door. I don't know, wherever you put it, but but he still has to tell himself, I gotta do that.
Right. Yeah. And so, that was the point that he brought up to me. Even his dad was telling me the story about how, I would tell him what he had to do during the day. He's like, I had to work, I had to do my thing, and here are the things that you need to do. You need to do a walk or a run in the morning, and then in the evening time, you're going to do circuit training in the basement or whatever, or jump rope or whatever it was, whatever he had to do. You'd tell him, and he would maybe get one out of two things done and wouldn't do the second thing. And then he would ask him at the end of the day, did you get it? And he's like, oh, no, I forgot. That's literally LeVar's phrase. Oh, no, I forgot about that. Sorry, I forgot about that. And his dad would be like, okay, well, you have double now. And he's like, oh, well, I told you what you had to do. You chose not to do it.
Yeah.
And so now you're going to do it and you're going to do double.
And that's why I wonder if like that list is kind of bridging that gap a little bit.
Yeah. So we had that calendar. It was a calendar his dad had sent home. It was after he was with him for the summer. And he was like, you're going to write your workouts in. I want to say it was 2 summers ago. I don't know if you were last summer. No, I want to say it was 2 summers ago. But even it may be something we need to do. Yeah, for sure. But again, like I said, so today we've been on point all day. He's been on point, got a walk in this morning, then did his circuit training. And, I told you what he did. It was not, like you said, it was not easy.
That's like circuits that I do.
Yeah. No,
as an adult.
I would have been dead
with my workouts.
I would have been dead.
Yeah.
And he did it all. I watched him. So it's in him. He can do it. I know he can do it. And he did it. And
he just has to find the want.
Yes. And so
within himself.
Nobody's pushing him because, and he's miserable over here. This is based off of what he says he wants. We don't care if it's chess. We don't care if it's coding, writing codes for video games. We don't care what it is. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, that you want to be great at, you need to decide what that is, and then we're going to help you pour yourself into that. We can provide you with the resources and everything you need and the guidance and all the things. But if this is what you want, this is what it looks like. We don't, unless you are comfortable being okay, then you can treat it that way. But that's not what you say. You have these goals. You're not going to play college football just being okay. Do you know how many other kids out there your age
that are just okay?
And do you know how many other kids out there that are fucking training like beasts because they're starting young? They're doing it differently than what we did at our age. Where it was just, oh, you trained in the season. No. Different ball game. These fucking kids are freaks. Did you see LeBron James's youngest son?
Yeah.
He went in 1 year from 5. How tall was he? 5. He grew a foot in 1 year.
Did he go from like
5'5" to 6'5"?
Yeah.
5'5" to 6'5".
That was John.
Yeah.
That happened to John.
And he's nasty. He's better than Bronny, the youngest one. I watched a video today of LeBron, Bronny, and I don't know what the youngest one is. I always forget his name. He's gonna be the kid who kills it in basketball. He's killing Bronny right now. Killing him. But that's the way of the world now. Yeah. So but anyways, we're heading into the school year.
I think that's really cool how you guys are navigating that with LeVar, because it's different for us. Oliver wants to be good at every, he's kind of a completionist. I wouldn't call him a perfectionist, but he's a completionist, right? Like, he wants to be really good at what he does to say that he's good at it, right? Like, it's not a boastful thing. It's just a who he is thing. But it's with the ADHD and the anxiety and the stuff that he's got going on, it's a completely different ballgame for us. Like, we can't push him.
Different formula.
We can't push him the same, and we can't, he almost, those like those memes and those spoofs that go around where it's like the wife will sit back and she makes it seem like it's the husband's idea to do something even though it was hers all along. That's kind of what we have to do with Oliver. Like, we have to plant the seed, but he has to come to it on his own. It's got to be Oliver's idea. It's got to be Oliver's. So, like, we knew that he would want to play tackle football this year instead of flag. But he was kind of on the fence about it. And when you asked him at first, he was like, no, I'm going to play flag again. But But we knew he wouldn't have been happy because all he talked about last year was that he couldn't wait to play tackle.
Mm-hmm.
That was all he talked about. So we had to find a way to make it his idea. And so now he's playing tackle and he's super excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to keep up that excitement and not the work yet.
Mm-hmm.
We have to kind of flip that because if we push him too hard, he's like a baby bird. We're going to push him over the edge.
Yeah.
And that he's going to be gone.
Yeah.
He's not going to come back. And it's not that we want him, you know, we don't care if he plays all the sports or not.
Mm-hmm.
But we care that he's active because with the ADHD, he has to be.
Yeah.
He has to have something to focus on, and he has to have something to focus on outside of the home and outside of school because school is a trigger for him.
Right.
So he'll never be truly happy at school.
Right.
So we have to find something that he enjoys, something that he can be active in and enjoy.
And if football becomes that for him, it's going to go, it's going to eventually at some point tie in with school, right? And
Yep.
so,
Yep.
And maybe it will help ease that whole process too.
Yeah.
Think about this. This is how crazy it is. Just people, human beings, how they're wired in general, what motivates and what makes them tick. Children alike. Think about Oliver.
Uh-huh.
Think about what we just talked about with LeVar. And
Uh-huh.
think about Sloan.
Uh-huh.
Sloan is crazy talented with
Yeah.
softball and fucking loves it.
Yeah.
And puts in the same type of amount of work that I see Senior putting these boys through when it comes to wrestling and football and stuff like that. And she wants it. And she loves it. And she is practicing in all
Constantly,
of her
yeah.
spare time.
Yeah.
That's in her. It's in her to want it, to want to do it, to this. So they barely have to say anything to her. She's all over it. Oliver, you have to like outsmart him a little bit. Shockingly.
Absolutely correct.
Shockingly.
Did
And
you ever think
mine-
you'd say that about a 9-year-old? I have to outsmart him to get him to do things.
Yours? Yeah. Look at his parents. He's destined to be the smartest person in the fucking room. Whether he really is or not, he's going to let you know he is. He likely is, but if he isn't, he's going to make you believe it. He's going to be before it's all said and
until
done.
someone really proves him wrong.
Yeah, prove me wrong.
Irrefutably.
Yes, it will go down in flames. And then there's mine, who has two aggressive parents, extremely competitive.
Yeah, he comes from 2 alphas.
2 alphas, and he is the most passive kid on the face of the earth, who just doesn't innately yet
Sure.
have it in him. That's not to say, his dad seems to think that when he hit, once he's fully through puberty and stuff, that he's going to turn into a beast. He might. He very well might.
He might not.
I mean, he may not. Yeah, he may not. It's just, it's amazing how.
The differences.
Yeah. And this just shows you just how complex humans are, and that's why.
Do you, speaking of complex, do you have to do anything different for LeVar to get him ready for school? Or does he just can't wait to start school, I'm excited, here we go?
I'll be interested to see how this year goes because it's a whole new building.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna lie to you, he's a little bit anxious about being the low man on the totem pole. He mentioned that to me on the last day of school. I'm gonna be at the bottom, and so new principal, Mr. B's not there anymore, no recess,
Yeah.
Changing classes, having to be extremely organized and on top of things to make sure you're in the right class on the right day. Like band rotates every other day with gym, so it's like 2 days of band, 2 days of gym, same time, whatever, rotating every other day. It's going to require you, and it's all new. So band is new. Don't know how to play an instrument.
The school
Gonna
is
learn
new.
that.
The schedule
is new. The schedule is new. The time is new. The kids are new. It's the teachers are new. It's everything. So I'll be interested to see how it goes. I'm not anxious. I'm a little nervous. I think he'll be fine.
I think it'll be really good for him.
Yeah, I
think it's another level of that push.
I'm hoping. I think we are all, when I say we all, like his dad and I are really hoping that will lead to that structure that we're trying to instill in him kind of has to come now, So
Yeah, it's time.
yeah. So we'll see. We have orientation, I would assume, coming up in the next couple of weeks, because I haven't heard anything. But yeah, but no, other than that, it's like, oh, school's starting.
What's that like? Oliver told me that I tried to talk to him about school like maybe a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he completely shut down. Cause school's a trigger. And he completely shut down. Yeah. And I said, okay, buddy, well,
it makes me sad for him.
School's coming.
Yeah.
Like it's coming, and we don't have to talk about it right now. That's okay.
Yeah.
But I need to know when we can start talking about it, so you're ready.
Yeah.
And he was like, 2 weeks. I was like, okay.
You're probably coming up on the 2-week mark, right?
We are very close.
Yeah.
We are very close.
Yeah.
And we have to prep him. We have to prepare him, because he used to not care. I would say that this is the first year. It started probably last year, maybe after Christmas break. But this is the first full year where he's like, nah, I ain't going to school. Fuck all that. I'm not going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
It was a rough year for him.
I don't want to go. I don't like it. It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a hard place to be.
Yeah.
Like, as a mom.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. That makes me sad for him and for you. Because they spend the majority of their time there.
Yeah. How do you send your kid somewhere where they clearly don't want to be?
Yeah, I mean, it's like going to work.
Right. So, but
we're adults.
That's what we're using with
right?
him is,
yeah.
I'm like, and he doesn't understand because I work from home.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here and I'm like, buddy, Mama doesn't like going. I truly hate going to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know I physically don't go, but like, I truly hate going to work every day.
Yeah, it'd be really nice.
I truly wish I could sit here and drink wine with my friend and just make this podcast my business. Like, could you imagine? My life would be so fulfilled.
Right.
Right. But it's something that we have to do.
Yeah.
And I told him, and I keep trying to tell him, like, I'm sorry you have to go to school. Like, you have to. And you have to go. You have to graduate high school. If you don't want to go to college, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
You got to be a contributing member of society, but you don't have to go to college.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and force that on you. If you truly hate school, like, I am not going to force you to do that.
He doesn't hate school because of the work.
No, he hates school because he doesn't think. I know that he's a visual learner, mm-hmm. and he has a photographic memory. So if he sees something once, he's got it. And he doesn't ever need to see it again.
He's bored.
He's bored.
He's not challenged.
He's stubborn as fuck.
And he struggles socially. So it's all of those things, and so he gets overwhelmed.
Yep.
He can't manage that anxiety, which, man, I really want to talk to his doctor myself. It's like, Doc. Pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll be interested to see how that plays out. But I hope that as he starts to get older, and the work gets harder, and the maturity level starts to come, that he'll feel more challenged. He'll have less time to be in his thoughts and emotions about not wanting to be there.
Yeah, because there won't be time.
And
we keep telling him, like, buddy, elementary school is just boring.
Yeah.
Like, you've got 2 more years, 4th and 5th grade. I just need you to get through these 2 years.
Yeah. Because
I promise it'll be different.
Yeah.
When he gets to middle school, there's like robotics club, and there's like
different things,
and
challenge him.
And there are 2 other grades available to him. Like, they won't move him up a grade, but they could in maybe some classes. You might be able to take advanced classes.
It just, elementary school is boring for kids who are highly intelligent. I know I had conversations with Tamia while she was here this summer, and she doesn't care for school, but not for the same reasons.
Yeah.
But I felt for her. She was in tears over doing schoolwork. She broke down. I don't want to do it. I don't like school. I hate school. And it was pulling teeth to get the worksheets done, and it was like, LeVar has struggled at times in school, but he's never hated school. He likes school. He likes the social stuff about school.
Yeah.
You know, Tamia was having some behavioral problems as well. That creates a challenge, you know, because kids are mean.
Yeah. Well, and Oliver's behavior problems stem from the fact that he's bored.
Yeah.
He gets along really well with the other kids. Sometimes he gets overwhelmed and he wants to do his own thing and the other kids don't let him, and then he gets mad and he gets in trouble on the playground. Mm-hmm. But I would say 80% of the time his behavior problems stem from the fact that he's bored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Like,
it's a strange place to be. It's, you know, we talk a lot about like how you can't be taught, like, there are not books for certain things on parenting. And this is one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are not books on how to handle this.
No. And it sucks because it's not an option.
No.
You know, you want to not have to, but it's really like, I don't want to have to, like you said, I don't want to have to go to work either. I don't want to have to do this, but life, I stress that often when there's something with LeVar, and I say that often. It's like, dude, you're a kid. Try to hang on to those years as much as you can. Like, I know you're bored, but fucking shit gets hard.
Yeah.
When you become an adult, shit gets tough. Don't rush it.
Yeah.
Like, just sit back and ride the wave, bro, because
could you try?
Just get the good grades and be like, this shit is cake. Like, I can imagine going to work and be like, oh my God, my job is so fucking easy. Look at all the money I make and I don't have to think.
Right.
Like, that's essentially what your brain is capable of, sir.
Right.
But I get that. I know that's got to be hard for him, but he's just got to hang on for a little bit longer.
I know.
And hopefully, you know, again, as time goes on, as he gets a little bit older, it'll just get easier for him. And he will get, when he's more challenged, and it's going to change when he hits middle school. It's going to change.
Yeah, I hope so. I will say that the one thing that I'm going to do differently this year, I haven't fully talked to John about it yet, but
surprise,
he doesn't have a choice. I'm not really like, I'm going to tell him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give him an option.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call the principal of the school and be like, listen, I appreciate the relationship that we have, but you need to call John for the next 2 years. You got to stop calling me because you're literally killing me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You give me as much anxiety as you give my child.
Mm-hmm.
You got to stop calling me.
Mm-hmm.
You have to call my husband. He's capable too. He is also a parent.
Yeah. And they just always
in the home.
Right.
You know, he's not like he's not like LeVar's dad. LeVar's dad lives in Pennsylvania.
Right. Right.
So like if something happens, I mean, they can call and talk, but
sure.
He's not here.
The first call is obviously coming this way. Right.
So, I will not be getting phone calls this year. I'm not doing it. I can't.
Listen, I think you've earned that.
I can't. I've done it for 4 fucking years. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I feel you.
I need a break.
You can always call me. I don't know. I don't know if they can do that, but I'm happy to take the calls.
You need to call John, and then you need to call Laura,
yeah. and then I'll be your third resort.
Then
that's fine. I promise you that's fine. I'm not used to getting phone calls. I've gotten like 2 in the history of.
Well, buckle up.
But it's different when it's my nephew. Like, I'll just be like, let me talk to him. I'm gonna bust his head wide open when I see him.
2 a week.
Like, I mean, I swear on everything I love, if that's possible and they need to or they can, I certainly will absolutely be happy to take that on.
I had no intention of getting emotional today.
Girl, bye. It's red wine and chaos. It's fucking chaos.
No wonder where my son gets his anxiety about school from.
You're already thinking about it. You're in a full-blown anxiety attack over here.
Where the fuck are my meds?
In that bottle. In that bottle. Well, you know, it's okay. You know, like you said, there is no book. There is no book on this parenting stuff. You think you're doing it right, and you know the world reminds you otherwise. or your child reminds you otherwise that you're not as good as you thought you were, right? Yeah, I could pat
There's
myself
not
on the
enough. There's not enough people in the world that tell you like, no, that's normal. It's normal to get 2 phone calls a week from school with a child who's bored as fuck.
But that's because people are fake. You know what I'm saying? You're not seeing people's real lives. All you're seeing or hearing is the fluff. You're not hearing the kids who are saying, I don't have to work hard at my mom's house. Like nobody's telling that. I'm telling you that because it's the God's honest truth. My kid basically said I was a pushover and that he ain't got to do shit in my house, and I like lost my shit. Like I was like,
Lar saw red.
We're at 11 years old and this child don't think I bet. And over here I am. I have had my own family tell me, you're so hard on him. And he's over here like, I don't got to work hard at my mom's house. I lost it. So I had to reevaluate. Different struggles, but this shit pissed me off instantly. I almost wanted to cry, but I didn't. I got mad. And then he was like, sorry, Mom, bye. I was like, bye.
I want to talk to you.
No, if you just don't call me until you come home. If you need to talk to your dad. Since I'm so easy.
I will say like that, like one of the things that I love that we do is like the honesty about all of the things.
Yeah.
And so have you seen this trend going around on TikTok? It's about, it's like really nice, pretty pictures of like, this is what we showed happened on the bachelorette party. And it's all these like really nice pictures, all, they're all like in their nice matching outfits and they all are smiling and happy. And they're like, this is what really happens. And it's like cuts to a video of a girl falling down in an elevator because she's so drunk she can't stay upright, or like throwing up over the toilet, or like falling down in the bar, or falling down on the sidewalk. There's a lot of falling down at bachelorette parties in case anyone is curious.
I mean, I blew my whole face off, so you don't gotta tell me shit.
But I was like, oh, it's kind of nice that this like next generation is showing, like, if you can show the realities of a bachelorette party, like I'm hopeful that they can show the realities of parenting.
Yeah. So
that way maybe the moms in their generation don't have to feel this way.
Yeah.
That we feel.
You know what? You're starting to see it kind of evolve, like on TikTok, right? So one of my favorite, I don't know if you follow her, but Samantha Kyles.
Yeah.
Her fucking TikTok, first of all, is huge.
Yeah.
And she does all the trending things, especially because she's a stay-at-home mom. So she does all the trending things when it comes to kids. And she did the one, and like I go in her comments to watch the trolls come for her, because they be going for her, but she be shutting them down. She does these like reaction videos to that. I fucking go to, if you're listening, which I don't think you are, but if you were, I do really enjoy your TikTok page. It's very entertaining. But she did the one where it's like, the moms are going to their kids and they're like, have you seen it where they're like, come here. I need your help. This lady's coming over here. She's threatening to beat me up.
I've seen that trend, but I didn't see hers.
So when we jump off here, I got to show it to you.
Okay.
First of all, her daughter is the cutest little girl I've ever seen in my entire life.
All their kids.
All of their fucking kids are absolutely beautiful. But it's hilarious. And her daughter, like, I don't know her personally. I've never met her, but I know enough by watching her TikToks that her personality is huge. And her response was amazing. And it went viral. Her shit went viral. And the trolls on there talking about any parent that does this needs to have their kids taken away. And it's like, shut the fuck up. It was a joke, boomer. It was a joke. And so, anyways.
If you only knew how difficult it actually was to have a child taken away out of a truly abusive home.
Exactly.
If you only knew.
Exactly.
You only knew.
If you're mad about, like, that's the type of shit. I do hope that I feel like we're starting to see these younger generations be a little bit more real and raw with who the fuck they are and owning their shit.
Yeah.
Because we certainly have no problem doing it.
No. Maybe we're like trailblazers.
I'm okay with that.
Maybe someday someone will be like, those 2 girls from Red Wine and Chaos, real fucking trailblazers. I wanted to be them growing up.
Did it with Kat and Ed, did it?
Yeah.
We're trying.
I mean, I'm working on it.
Small steps.
Fuck.
Maybe it's white wine. Maybe that's a ticket. It's the white wine. Fuck. All those bitches drink white wine.
They do.
God damn it. All right, stay tuned. We'll see what we can do.
Son of a bitch.
I don't know. Maybe this wine dinner will turn it over for us.
I mean, maybe we'll... I don't know.
We'll let you know how it goes. Maybe we'll have a white wine next week. I doubt it, but you never know.
Bring some business cards, huh?
Yeah.
That's what John said.
I've got them.
Yeah, John said we should bring some.
Oh, absolutely.
We can give them to Georgia.
He's doing his job. Executive
and have
producer.
Georgia hand them out with desserts.
Now we're thinking.
Tiramisu and a business card? Tiramisu and a podcast?
Maybe we can... Well, we need to take them anyways and see if we can talk to the fucking vineyard.
Yeah.
Because of free wine.
Well, yeah.
Jeez. This is really... It's not a birthday trip. It's a business deal. Stay tuned.
If only we were bigger, we could write it off. And I wouldn't have had to pay for it.
Someday. Maybe we'll be hosting a show from there someday.
Listen, you guys, you get a 2-for-1 this week. Don't forget not to be a dick. And wish Lar happy birthday. Would ya?
Thanks.
Please comment.
Thanks.
I mean, you could like give us a review on Apple Podcasts, and that would be a fantastic
All
birthday
I want
gift.
for my birthday is for you guys to act like you listen to the podcast. So just go.
I don't care if you don't. Just like pretend.
Just go comment on this fucking episode post and say happy birthday.
Done.
See if you can do it. We'll see who's listening. I know Sarah's listening.
You're gonna have to get through 2.
Yeah, we'll see.
You're gonna have to get through 2. You're gonna have to listen to 1 on the way to work and 1 on the way home from work.
Laurie, I'm talking to you.
Yep.
Talking to Aunt Lori and Lori Tishman. So we got 2 Lories who are my mama.
Nicole. You don't be commenting on nothing.
Tracy from ProTech.
Oh, hey,
colleague. Hey, Tracy. I know she listens pretty regularly. Whoever's John's friends are that live in Ohio that are like...
No, that's my family.
Oh, that's your family?
My family lives in Ohio.
Oh, somebody is an avid listener.
Aunt Terry.
Oh, it's Aunt Terry.
Yeah.
Thanks, Aunt Terry.
And Alex, my cousin.
Yeah, they be listening.
Mm-hmm.
They really be tuned in.
I love them.
And then any of you in India... We appreciate you.
Thanks, India.
Appreciate it. They've been showing the love.
And Vader over there in Colorado, or Vader's girlfriend. I'm sorry, I don't know what your name is. Or DeCourcy. It could be one of you. There's only 3 of you I know that live in Colorado. It's one of you 3. I just named you.
Yeah. I didn't know who it was.
Something smells good. Is John Rock cooking?
I don't know.
Did we get a surprise rider?
I ate. I can't.
I'm not asking you to eat.
Oh.
I'm making you cheesecake this week because that's what you asked for.
Oh, yay. See.
You guys, say happy birthday. Don't be a dick. And control your chaos.
Control your chaos, but it's inevitable.
That's always fine.
Cheers. It's going to be white. Gross.